Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for joining me again. Today I would like to talk about the many inquiries that I get from people who are rather unsure about whether or not the person that they're with is a narcissist. As many of you know who have been with a narcissist or are with a narcissist now, you feel a little foggy, things are unclear, you question yourself, you question your judgment, you question your sanity, and you even question whether or not you're the narcissist. Well, that's all part of their game. That's all part of their little brainwashing program. Hopefully, I can get some of that cleared up today, because if you're not clear and you come across a channel like mine or someone else's and you start hearing people talking about narcissism and the behaviors and things, you might think, oh, that's me. Well, from what I understand, we take on certain behaviors as a defense mechanism because we are dealing with a narcissist. We are dealing with someone who's toxic, is mentally and emotionally abusing us, and in some cases more than that. For those of you who are not sure about whether or not you are with a narcissist, amongst the other checklists about their demeanors and their behaviors, are they quick to anger? Are they one way in public and another way at home? Your standard, check the boxes behaviors, because those things are really, to me, they were very black and white. When I finally did stumble across a checklist and I realized who and what I was married to, those were just kind of a given. There are other things that just slowly creep up on us over time, and we aren't aware that they're actually sort of eroding our physical and mental well-being. And because it's this slow boil, we're unaware of it. What I would propose is to kind of do a little self-evaluation and ask yourself, how is your overall health and well-being? Are you healthy? Do you sleep well? Do you get the rest that you should be getting, that your body needs? Now, I know many of us in this day and age, because life is so incredibly fast-paced and everybody is so busy, especially if you have children. I think in this day and age, it's typical to say, oh, who gets enough sleep? I'm talking about at least 6 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Do you sleep at night? Do you physically feel well? Your digestion, all of these things are indicators, because if you're not in a healthy relationship, your body is going to be incredibly out of whack. Another thing to examine and self-evaluate, what are your relationships like with others outside of your romantic relationship, your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, whoever? Do you keep up with your friends? Do you visit with your friends? Do you go out with your friends? Do you have solid emotional connections with your friends? Narcissists tend to isolate us. They don't want us having those emotional connections because they don't have them. They can't have them. They don't understand them or want them. So they don't want us partaking in things like that. So what they do is they isolate us. They isolate us from family. They isolate us from friends. They do their best because it's a control tactic is really what it is. The more they isolate you, the more they can control you and manipulate you. Another question to ask yourself is, how's your productivity, whether it be at home, at work? Are you effective? Are you effective in your job? Are you effective in your parenting? All of these things are glaring red flags. As I said before, those of us who are or were in lengthy relationships, these indicators sort of go by the wayside. It's such a long, slow progression. You don't even realize that it's happening. It's very unsettling. It's very scary when you think about it. And it just goes completely unnoticed. It's just like these people, who comment, who don't know what they're talking about. Oh, why do you stay so long? You have no idea it's happening. It's such a slow, calculating progression. You just don't know. And, for others, I've talked to people recently who went through enormous trauma and devastation in a very short period of time. So this doesn't just apply to long-term relationships. Again, I would advise you to just kind of step back into a self-evaluation. How are you feeling? How are you sleeping? Are you eating? When you eat, well, how does your body handle it? How's your digestion? Your productivity, your friendships. Did things change? Did you have healthy relationships prior to this one, and now all of a sudden something's changed? You really got to stand back and look at that and ask yourself, am I to blame here? Is it really something I'm doing? They want you to believe that. They want us to believe we are the problem. You've got to stand back and ask yourself these things and really do some searching. It's a difficult thing when you are with someone who has you convinced you're the problem, you're flawed, it's all you. So my hope is that doing a little bit of an evaluation like this gives you a starting point, hopefully leads you towards your answer as to whether or not you're with a narcissist or someone who's just incredibly toxic and not good for you, not good for your soul, not good for your well-being. I hope that it leads you to the answers that you need. It's very confusing. I remember even years into being away from my ex, I would still wonder, oh my gosh, was it me? It's just so, they do so much mental and emotional damage, and it's so hard to combat it. You can't do it alone. Reach out, get a counselor, get a therapist, talk to somebody on the outside who can, give you an honest opinion. By all means, try to do this little bit of an evaluation. More than anything, I hear from people who have been in lengthy relationships, and one of the first things they tell me is that their health is suffering. This is what they do to you. Long-term with a narcissist will greatly affect your health in a negative manner. A self-evaluation like that, I think, is a great place to start if you're wondering whether or not you're with a narcissist. I really hope this helps you. If you have any comments or any suggestions, or if there's something else you would like me to discuss in a future video, drop a comment below, email me, message me, whatever works for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again real soon in the next video. Ciao for now.